Welcome to Jersey Shore Family Vacation Season 7, Episode 21. So we start off, they're all at Polly's house. How y'all been friends with each other for that many years? And you know he lived with Nikki, and y'all don't know that that is not his house. Don't y'all watch the show? Like, don't y'all like sit back and watch the show together? So Mike is like, man, we had the most startling evening. Their son Romeo was choking on something, right? And like they actually, Mike had to like pat him on the back, and Lauren's she found this choking device. I've seen that device because it helped this little boy at this restaurant who was choking, and like I think it was like the firefighters or the police, one of the two had that device and was helping them. So I definitely suggest, if I ever could figure out the name, if you have kids, have that device around, because you never know, your child could be choking on something. And then so Vinny needs to go get laid with his little horny ass. Like, you need to go get laid, because he over here saying my choking device is my hand. I was like, he over here saying about sexual things. Anyways, and then Vinny talking all raunchy on his podcast. Like no, like, again, you need to go get laid. Maybe a couple times go get laid, because like, you nasty. And then when Vinny says sexual things, Sammy goes to ignore mode. I'm like, I feel you, girl. I do too. Because, like, why are you saying all that? And then Ronnie is headed to LA to meet with Lamar Odom. Now, Lamar Odom and him, they're all in this thing, right? Where they are helping each other. Because, they both had some issues. Like, Lamar Odom almost lost his life. He was married to Khloe Kardashian and that whole thing with the bunnies and this, then, the third. And, Ronnie almost lost his daughter, so he's trying to change his ways. I'm very proud of him. So I remember when he was going through that mess with his ex-girlfriend and all that, like, he's coming out the other side better. And he wishes he could be there with his roommates and have fun with his roommates. But again, I think that is better that you're not, because maybe things have gotten better. Maybe, like, you and Sammy could be around each other without the awkwardness, But he's helping people now. And Jenny and Vinny roast each other all the time. Again, Vinny keeps bringing up sexual things, go get laid. And then, like, they're at this restaurant, right, in Las Vegas. I love Vegas. Sorry, guys. I love, me and Vegas, we like this. Love Vegas. If I could visit all the time, I would. But, like, anyways, that's not the point. So there's this restaurant in Vegas, and it's very much spinning around, makes you dizzy. And, like, I wouldn't, like, go to that restaurant personally, because, like, I get nauseous a lot, like, nauseous a lot, and, like, I get headaches. So being around all that dizziness, I would not go to that place. But Jenny had, like, the worst motion sickness ever. Like, she was motion sickness, and, like, Jenny brought up the podcast, and, Vinny was like, yeah, it's, like, very much a comedy podcast, and, like, Jenny's like, that's not a comedy podcast. Again, I would call it the horny people podcast, okay? Because that is what it's like, okay? And then we're talking about some fill me up, like, I'm sure you want to fill something up. I'm very sure you do. And then here go Mike ordering everything off the menu, like some crab mushroom. Like, you could keep that. I love me some crab and sometimes mushrooms, but that together does not sound appetizing. That sounds disgusting. That sounds gross. And then Vinny over here, and the smell's making her sweat. And Polly thinks, again, y'all have been friends for like 15 years. How do you think that they would be cute to see her puking at the table? I don't think that's cute. I would be very sad. Like, I don't think that's cute. And then Vinny over here being nasty, talking about Drake's dangling. Like, why are you talking about Drake's dangling? Was this around the time where his dangling was leaked to the internet? Which I didn't get to see. I was just saying, I'm just kidding. And then Angelina is coming with Dina, okay? And then Vinny, again with the sexual jokes, is saying that, like, if somebody ran a train, like, we are not talking about this. This episode was so freaking nasty. I'll tell you, Vinny needs to get laid. And Nikki and Polly are at their house, and he had to leave before he's found out. So Nikki was like, so where do they think I'm at? They was like, oh, I just told them you were at your friend's house. And then, like, like, what happened? Like, I think in the next episode, they're going to figure out that's not his house. Y'all sure y'all didn't know that was in his house? Like, you sure? How y'all been friends that long? You don't know that's his house. And then, like, so Sammy is trying to keep under wraps that she's going through her IVF, and she has to do these shots, and then she's trying to figure out like how she's gonna do this without them finding out. And then we see Angelina. Dina's actually waiting at the airport for Angelina, and she's actually there. And like they go, and you know, Dina's like, why did you bring all these bags? And she's like, I don't know, I was just trying to have I don't even know what I put in these bags. I just put everything in the bags and I left. Okay. And then Mike finds these pictures that like where the pots are, and then Mike is like, Polly doesn't even know where his stuff is. So I'm like, like they're catching on. And then Polly's secret is gonna get found out. I know they are. And then like there's this one flashback they showed. I don't remember that one. I remember Nikki throwing wine on Angelina, but this one I remember with the cake. Like they were throwing cake at each other. I don't remember that. And then Ronnie gets to meet Lamar Odom for the first time, and they're trading stories about what they've been through in their lives. And like he lost almost everything, and you know he's trying to change his ways. Again, very proud of Ronnie. Vinnie said that his podcast was comedy and ain't too boo sexual. I love me a good podcast too. Like I like listening to Gilmore Girls podcast, The House of Halliwell. Who else? Melrose Place podcast. Like I like to, when I listen to a podcast, I like to listen to show podcasts. That's more my thing. Show podcasts. Yeah. I think Angelina feels like her house is a house for like kids. So I don't know if she's gonna keep her house or sell her house. And you know, Angelina says like, oh, I don't want to talk about Vinnie 2.0 right now. I just want to enjoy the time with y'all, but yet you continue to talk about him. I don't know. And then Lamar brings Ronnie on, and Ronnie went through some troubles, as we've all remembered, and he's talking to like this group of people, trying to help them. Like I think Ronnie really found his thing here with wanting to help people. And then Mike, Vinnie, and Polly stopped for some In-N-Out burgers. Y'all could send me one. I want one. And yeah, and they really are in the middle of nowhere. And they like the middle of nowhere. Like it was legit the middle of nowhere. And then like they go into this bunker, but before they get there, there's boo boo, there's shit, okay? There's caca, whatever you want to call it. Land there on the ground, right? And then Jenny's suitcase got rolled over into some dookie. And it was funny. And then Dina got this underground bunker. Like, look, there's aliens and everything, which I'll show right here. And, yeah. And we learned it's like a $10 million a home, 1974. And Sammy's just going to pretend drink. Like, she doesn't want nobody to know what she's doing. And, like, so the episode ends with Mike saying, you know what? We had a couple extra burgers. But Jenny's like, you ate them. Really? Really? But that is the episode. I'm so excited to see what will happen next week in the bunker. They're going to eat some pizza in a tube. So that's going to be interesting to see. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye now. Like Barbie. Bye-bye now.